Welcome, welcome. So let's come to a nice, comfortable seated position. And let's begin our time together by simply sitting here within the body and within the breath and allowing ourselves the opportunity to just cultivate calm within us. As we move through our practice today, let's channel that stillness within our minds. And maybe it coincides with the stillness within some of our poses, allowing there to be a bit of freedom from what can feel painful and chaotic. Let's allow ourselves the opportunity to find a bit of freedom within ourselves, both physically and mentally, emotionally and spiritually, within this time together. That we are sharing this space virtually, but yet energetically being together. As the breath comes into the body, allowing the expansion to take place, the shedding of things that are no longer serving us, the shedding of a way of thinking, a way of doing, a way of being. And letting those things just fall away to create space for newness and growth and transformation. Let's begin by stoking the fire. We inhale, our chest comes forward. And exhale, we round through our backs and our shoulders. Feeling it in your hips and in your spine and even in the neck. As you inhale, lifting the face up and exhaling, dropping the chin down. And simply doing an inventory of in your body where there may be tension living, where there may be pain, and where there may be uncertainty. Let's see if we can send our breath to that space and create a little freedom and expansion and growth. And we can transform out of that way of thinking and being and doing. And we can cultivate kindness and open-mindedness. That we can create a release and a letting go. One more circle and meet me shoulders stacked over your hips. Let's sit up nice and tall. Let's stretch those arms up towards the sky, get nice and long. And then exhale, let's take our twist to our right, looking over that shoulder, keeping the spine long. Breathing here. And on our inhale, let's come out of that twist a little bit. And as we exhale, go a little tiny bit deeper. Let's inhale, we come out. And exhale, we go deeper. One more time, let's inhale. And exhale. Let's now take those shoulders, square them with the knee. So we have a shoulder on each knee, and then let's lengthen ourselves over, trying to kiss that knee. So remembering that we go to the knee and the knee does not come to us, finding that release in the lower back and in that side left body. Let's keep that right hand on our mat. Rotate the chest now towards the top of your mat. Stretch that left arm up and over your head. We're bending through that right arm. Lovely side stretch. Energy all the way to the fingers, keeping that arm nice and straight. And let's lift ourselves straight up. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, let's twist ourselves to the left, looking over that back shoulder. Linking our breath again, inhale, we come out of the twist. And exhale, we go a little deeper. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time, let's inhale and exhale. Squaring the shoulders with that knee, let's lengthen ourselves over. And truly finding that length rather than just rounding. Now keeping that left hand on your mat, rotate the chest towards the top of your mat. And let's take that right arm up and over your head, keeping the fingers, energy through them. The whole arm is straight and we're bending through that left arm, keeping both butt cheeks on our mat. Let's travel through our center now. Lift both arms up and over your head. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, let's lengthen ourselves over. Let your head just hang here and let yourself go. Let's walk those hands now towards your body, coming up onto your bum. So we're just gonna sit up nice and tall, extend the arms out in front of you. Spine is long, belly is pulled in. We're gonna do a 3 count, just kind of lean back, and then we're gonna do a 1 count coming back up. So here we go, let's lower 1, 2, 3, and then lift yourself back up. Again, 1, 2, 3, and lift yourself back up, pulling those lower abdominal muscles in. Here we go. Let's lower 1, 2, 3, and lift yourself back up. Last time, here it is. 1, 2, 3. Let's hold here for just a second. Awesome. Come back in. Great. Let's make our way now onto our hands and our knees. Fingers are wide. Tops of our feet are pressing down into our mat. Let's inhale. We arch our backs. Heads go up towards the sky. And exhale, we curl. Chin to our chest, rounding through the back and the shoulders. Inhaling, we arch. And exhale, we curl. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more time. Here we go. Let's inhale. And exhale. Now coming to a neutral spine, let's create circles with the torso. So feel that your chest drops down and then take the rib cage over to your left. And then we round through the back like we're pushing ourselves away from the mat. And then the rib cage goes to the right. And then we drop the chest back down again. So just making those circles in that direction to start. We'll switch it up in just a moment. So when we're rounding, we're also tucking the tailbone under. And we're also making sure that the belly's pulled in the whole time. So our core, that means the core is engaged the whole time, that it doesn't become a just because we're dropping our chest down that we become loosey-goosey in the belly. All right, so one more time in this direction. Let's switch it up. Head in the opposite direction. Just making circles with that midsection of our body and allowing yourself to just release some of the tension here. Let's do one more circle. And then come back to a nice neutral spine. Spine is long here. We're going to walk the hands out in front of us, going into our puppy pose. So the arms stay nice and straight. Our hips stay right over top of our knees. Kind of create a little arch in your back as you drop your chest down towards your mat and drop your chin down to your mat as well. Breathing here. And let's inhale, lift yourself out of it a wee bit. And then exhale very gently, lowering yourself back down. Inhale, we lift ourselves up. And exhale, we lower down, creating this openness in our shoulders. Inhale, we lift. And exhale, we lower. Lift yourself back up. Walk those hands in. Now let's take that right arm out to the side. Let's inhale right here. And exhale, let's swoosh that arm underneath the body. So we're not dropping the shoulder. We're just swooshing to get the abdominal muscles fired up. Let's inhale, we open. And exhale, we swoosh energy through the arm. Inhale. And exhale. Two more like this. Let's inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Fantastic. Come back onto your hands and your knees. Let's tuck the toes under, float the knees just 2 to 4 inches off of our mat. Stay right here. Just a nice stagnant hold. We're breathing, core is engaged, and our spine is staying long. Breathing, breathing. All right, lower those knees back down, release those toes. Let's now work on that left arm. Let's inhale, we open out, and then exhale, swoosh it under. Inhale, we open, and exhale, we swoosh. Inhale, and exhale. Keep going, let's inhale, and exhale. Last time, here it is, inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Back onto our hands and our knees. Let's tuck those toes under. Lift the knees off of your mat. Let's float ourselves here. Breathing. And let's take the bum high. Gazing on our knees. Fingers are wide. Letting those shoulders drop into their sockets and the head just hang. Let it just spin around and shake it out. Let's gently walk our feet to our hands and we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen for that half lift, long spines. And exhale, we fold. Bend in those knees and let's bring ourselves all the way up to standing Tadasana. Now let's take those hands behind our back and release our fingers. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And we're going to pull both hands now over to our right. So that right hand, just that right arm is just kind of out to the side like a little chicken wing. All right, now turn your head towards that right shoulder. So we're stretching out the whole side of our neck and our shoulder. Breathing here. So let's keep everything the same. Keep that left hand where it is. We're now going to let go of the fingers and sweep that right arm up and then dangle that right arm over top of the head, creating just a little bit more weight. And let's slowly lift that chin parallel to your mat. Now take that right arm behind your back, reaching for the opposite elbow, forearm, or wrist. Our chest is open, our shoulders are dropping down. Let's now step the right foot back into our pyramid pose. So it's just about 1.5 feet. All of our toes are facing forward. Let's take a deep breath in, and on our exhale, let's hinge at our hips, coming to a nice flat back. Looking at that big toe, feeling your left hip pulling back towards the back of your mat. We're breathing. Belly is pulled in. Heart stays open. Shoulders dropping down. And let's lift ourselves back up, stepping that right foot forward into our Tadasana. Awesome. Let's take those hands behind our back, interlace our fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then pull those hands over to that left hip. So the right arm is nice and taut behind your back. And now let's turn that left ear towards your left shoulder. We're breathing here. Feel that your tailbone is dropping down towards your mat. Our core is pulled in. So even though we're stretching out the shoulder, we're still paying attention to what's happening in the whole body, all of our little toes pressing into our mat. So we're going to keep the right arm just as it is. Take that left arm up and over, dangle it over the head, and allow yourself to surrender here. Let's let go of that left arm. Take it behind your back. Chin comes parallel. Each of your hands reach for a wrist, a forearm, or an elbow. Make sure it just feels different than the first time. So let's step that left foot back into our pyramid pose. All of our toes facing the top of our mat. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, let's hinge at our hips. Nice flat back. And stay. Feel that right hip is pulling back this time, spine is long. Feel that those sit bones pressing back behind you, really stretching out the hamstring of that front leg. And let's lift ourselves back up, stepping that back foot forward, right into our Tadasana. Let's inhale, the arms lift up and over your head. Exhale, we hinge at our hips, nice flat back. And we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen, half lift. And exhale, we fold. Hands are on your mat. We're walking those feet back. We're in our plank position. Dropping the knees down. Let's lower the chest down slowly. Inhale your cobra, lifting in your chest. And then take the bum high, downward dog. Pedaling the feet, bending one leg, straightening the other. Gonna wiggle into your hips. And then walking your feet to your hands, and we forward fold. Inhaling our half lift, long spines, and exhale, we fold. Bend in the knees, and let's bring ourselves back up to standing Tadasana. Let's inhale, arms up and over your head. Let's now find a little arch in that upper back. So feel the sit bones pressing down towards your mat. Inner thighs squeeze together. Belly is pulled in to protect our spine. Take a deep breath in. And now exhale. Let's hinge at our hips, nice flat back. And we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen, half lift. And exhale, we fold. Hands are on your mat. Let's step those feet back. Maybe this time you keep the knees lifted, or if you want, lower the knees down, but let's find that chaturanga. And inhale, you lift for your cobra. And then exhale, let's take the bum high. Let's pivot our left heel down onto our mat as we step our right foot forward, lifting up into our warrior one. The shoulders are dropping down. The chest is lifted. We're breathing here. So let's bring the hands together, interlacing our fingers, Kali Mudra. So just the pointer, I'm gonna come a little closer. So just the pointers are together and we cross our thumbs, fingers are interlaced. So that's Kali Mudra. It's the mudra of transformation. So I think we could use a bit of transformation in our country right now. So let's all channel that energy together, lift it up for a higher power. Shoulders dropping down. Now let's bring that Kali Mudra to our heart. We're going to transfer our weight forward, holding then our left knee up in front of us and balancing here at the top of our mat. Keeping that Kali Mudra and energy through the arms, let's now take that ankle, left ankle above the knee, sink into our hips, making a little number 4 with the legs. If you fall out of it, just come back into it. We're going to breathe into this space. And I want to create little micro movement here. So inhale, lift yourself out of it a little bit, and then exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, lift out, and exhale, sink. Keep going as I talk. So I want you to be aware of having those hip bones, keeping them level. So we don't want to just drop down on one side and start pushing out that right butt cheek out to the side. So be mindful of that it really is kind of an elevator for both hips. They're lowering and lifting together. We're firing up that right quad and the right glute. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Fantastic. Plant that foot. Let's come to our Tadasana. Let's take those arms up and over our head, palms pressed together. Deep breath in here. And exhale, let's lean over to our right. The hips go in the opposite direction. Let's come back through our center. Deep breath in. And exhale, lean over to your left. And back through our center. Deep breath in. And exhale, let's hinge at our hips, nice flat back, and we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen, and exhale, we fold. Hands are on your mat. Let's walk those feet back. We're in our plank position, lowering down chaturanga, and inhale. Maybe it's your cobra, maybe it's your up dog. Up dog means that you're totally floating off of your mat. So just the hands on the tops of your feet are pressing into your mat. And then let's take the bum high for your downward dog. We're pivoting the right heel down as we step that left foot forward. Let's take the arms up and over our head. Let's make that Kali Mudra, interlacing the fingers. Just the pointers go to the sky, cross your thumbs. Our shoulders drop down. Breathing here. Heart is open. Kali Mudra. Transformation. Shedding of old ideas. Shedding of things that are not working. And creating space for growth and harmony. Let's bring that mudra to our heart. Elbows go out to the side. Energy through these arms. So we're engaging our back muscles. And let's transfer our weight. Hold the right knee in front of us. Balance here at the top of our mat. Let's now cross that ankle above the knee. Open out the hip. Let's sink down. Make that little number 4. Get nice and yummy into it. All right, let's find that micro movement again. Let's lift up on our inhale and exhale, sink lower. We lift and lower, being aware of your hips staying level. You don't have to go all the way to straight. It's actually better if you don't. Just really think of it as like lifting 2 inches, lowering down 2 inches. It's so small of a movement. Let's do 2 more. Let's inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Fantastic. Let's come into our Tadasana. Let's inhale, the arms lift up and over your head. Let's find an arch this time in our upper back. And exhale, let's hinge at our hips, flat back, and we fold over. Let's inhale, a half lift, long spines here. And exhale, we fold. Hands are on your mat. You can hop or walk it back. Let's lower down chaturanga. Inhale your cobra or your up dog and take the bum high, downward dog. Let's fly that right leg high behind you and bend in the knee, and we open out the hip. Now straightening that leg, let's step that foot on the outside of our right hand. Pausing here, feel that right hip pulling back. We're gonna now take that right arm up towards the sky and really think of leaning back, opening up your chest towards the ceiling. Breathing. And bringing that right hand down to your mat. Let's pause here. Now let's find that micro movement again. Let's inhale, we lift ourselves out a bit, and then exhale, drop past that midline. So you're really feeling the stretch in the hip and in that hip flexor. Let's lift up and we lower. 2 more, let's lift and lower. Last one, let's lift and lower. Now this time, let's straighten both legs. Maybe you need to come up onto your fingertips. Maybe the hands can be flat. It doesn't matter so much, but pay attention to the hips. So really feel like that right hip is going back. All of these little right toes are pressing down into your mat, and we're lengthening ourselves forward. So let your own head just hang. That back heel is dropping down onto our mat. Energy here, we're breathing. And come back into that lunge position. Let's drop that back knee, release those toes. Now we're gonna turn those front toes all the way over to the side of your mat. Take that right hand to your upper thigh and just very gently open up your own hips. So lean your chest back, keep energy in that back leg. So feel like you're squeezing your glutes together, but yet we're opening in our heart here. That back foot is pressing down into your mat. Awesome. Let's come out of it slowly. Plant the hands, turn your toes, pay attention to that hip, and then tuck the back toes under, lift yourself back into this lunge position. So energy through that lifted leg. We're gonna slide the right foot back and then keep it lifted. Let it just hover here. Bellies are pulled in, we're breathing. Now we're gonna bring that right knee right in the center of our mat, between our hands and our foot. So it's right underneath of your hips, and then lift that left leg up towards the sky. And then we're gonna stack those hips one on top of the other. Take then that left arm up towards the sky. Energy through that lifted left leg. We're pausing here and we're breathing. Keep opening in your chest. And bringing that left hand down to your mat. Now we're gonna plant that left foot in line with your right knee. Press through that leg, lift the right leg up for a warrior 3 leg. Just on our fingertips here, we're breathing. And let's do a little tiny movement here. Let's bend in our left leg, keep that right leg lifted, and then we straighten. Let's bend and we straighten. Make sure that right hip is dropping down towards your mat. Let's bend and we straighten. Fantastic. Plant your hands. Let's step our feet back into our downward dog. Breathing here. Pushing those hands into your mat. Let's bend in our knees on the balls of your feet. Let's hop or walk it. And we fold over. Let's bend in the knees and bring yourself all the way up to standing. Tadasana. Inhaling the arms up and over your head. Create that arch in the upper back. Inner thighs squeeze together. Bellies pulled in. And then let's hinge at our hips, nice flat back, and we fold over. Inhale, we lengthen, long spines here, and exhale, we fold. Hands are on your mat, you can walk or hop it back. Lower down into that chaturanga, and inhale your cobra or your up dog, and then take the bum high, Downward dog. Let's fly that left leg high behind you and bend in our knee, and we open out the hip. And now straightening that leg, let's step that foot on the outside of our left hand. Pausing here, feeling that that left hip is pulling back towards the back of your mat. Let's keep that right hand down. We're gonna lift that left arm up, open in our chest. And left hand comes down to your mat. Let's pause. Now we have that micro movement. Let's inhale 2 inches and then exhale, lower past your midline 2 inches. Keep that back leg straight. Inhale, we lift, and exhale, we lower. Inhale and exhale. 2 more like this. Let's inhale and exhale. Last time, here it is. Let's inhale and exhale. Now this time, let's straighten both legs. Come up onto your fingertips. Drop that back heel down onto your mat. Let your head just hang. Let the spine be long. That left hip, it's pulling back towards the back of your mat. Breathing into the deep spaces of the body. Finding that release, even in the discomfort. All right, let's bend through that front leg. We're gonna drop that back knee down onto our mat, release those back toes. We're gonna turn those left toes now towards the side of our mat. Right hand stays down on your mat. Take that left hand to your upper thigh. Push into that thigh gently, arching the back, looking up towards the sky, creating this openness in our chest. But don't forget about that back leg. We're pushing that back foot into our mat, and we're squeezing the glutes together to still create some energy through that back leg without collapsing into that hip. All right, let's gently come on out of it. Tuck the back toes under, lift that knee, pause here. We're gonna slide that left foot back, keep it lifted. Energy through the arms, pushing ourselves away from our mat. Now we're bringing that left knee right underneath of our hips, right in the middle of our mat. And then we're stacking our hips one on top of the other. Take then that right arm up towards the sky. Keep that right leg lifted. We're breathing here. Openness in our chest. Energy through that leg. And right hand comes down to your mat. Now we're gonna step that right foot in line with the left knee. Push yourself up into a warrior 3 stance. Place those fingers right underneath of your shoulders. Drop that left hip down. We're breathing. All right, let's add our little movement here. Let's bend in our base leg and we lift. We bend. And we straighten. Energy through the lifted leg. We bend and we straighten. Last time, here it is. Let's bend and straighten. Fantastic. Find your way back into a downward dog position. And let's gently walk our feet to our hands and we forward fold. Let's inhale that half lift, lengthening here in the spine, and exhale, we fold. Bend in those knees, and let's bring ourselves all the way up to standing, Tadasana. Let's sweep those arms up and over our head. Find that arch in the upper back. And then exhale, let's hinge at our hips, take it to a flat back, and we fold ourselves over. Inhale, we lengthen for that half lift, and exhale, we fold. Hands are on your mat. You can hop or walk it back. Lower down chaturanga. Inhaling our cobra or our up dog, and then take the bum high, downward dog. Let's pivot our left heel down onto our mat. We're stepping the right foot forward. Lift the arms up and over your head. Bring those hands to our Kali Mudra for our warrior one. Feel that right hip pulling back, shoulders dropping down. Let's bring that Kali Mudra to the center of our chest, energy through the arms. So it looks like a straight line from elbow to elbow. Shift your weight forward, going into our warrior three. Right from here, we're gonna open ourselves out, Ardha Chandrasana. Bring those right fingertips down to your mat, stack your hips, stack your shoulders. We're opening ourselves up to the side wall. Maybe play around with taking your gaze from the mat to the side wall, and then maybe even taking your gaze up towards the ceiling. Hold it here, or breathing. Energy through that lifted leg. If you come out of it, just come back into it. Now, very, very slowly and gently, let's lower that left foot down onto our mat. It's already where it needs to be, parallel to the back of our mat, and lifting ourselves up into our warrior two, keeping those arms nice and long. Now let's take the hands behind our back, interlace our fingers. Let's open up the chest, lift our chest up towards the ceiling. So we're sliding the hands down our bum. Nothing's happening in the legs. Breathing here. Now, like we did in the beginning of class, we're gonna now take the hands, keeping them interlaced, pull them onto the side of that left hip so that right arm stays nice and taut behind your back. Then we're gonna extend that left arm up towards the ceiling, and then we're gonna lean ourselves over, like in an extended side angle, but keep your arms like this. Breathing. Let's open ourselves back out into our warrior two. Let's take it to our peaceful. Stretch that right arm up towards the sky and then back behind you. And then pinwheel those hands down to your mat. Let's slide that foot back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or up dog. And then take the bum high, downward dog. Let's pivot that right heel down onto our mat. We're stepping that left foot forward. Lift the arms up into our Kali Mudra over our head. Pulling that left hip back. We're bending through the front leg. Breathing here. Let's bring that Kali Mudra to the center of our chest. Lean into that front leg. Find your warrior three. Back leg is lifted. Now slowly transition into your Ardha Chandrasana. Left fingertips come down to your mat. Stack your shoulders. Stack your hips. Energy through that lifted leg. Fingers wide of the fingers up towards the ceiling. Play around with your gaze. So maybe you take it to the side wall, or maybe you take it up towards the ceiling, keeping that chest nice and open, and we're breathing. If you fall out of it, like I just did, just come back into it. Breathing into the spaces of goodness. Now slowly, slowly lowering that foot down onto your mat. Let's lift ourselves up into our warrior two, extending through those arms. Shoulders are dropping down. Front leg is bent and our back leg is straight. We're breathing. Now let's take those hands behind our back, interlace our fingers, slide the hands down your bum. Let's lift our chest, lift our chin up. Now we're gonna pull those hands over to that right hip so that the left arm is taut this time behind our back. Let's now take that right arm up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in here and exhale. Let's lean over, energy through that right arm, nice and straight. And let's lift ourselves back out into our warrior two. Let's take it to our peaceful left arm lifts up. And then we pinwheel those hands down to our mat, sliding that foot back. We're here in our plank position. Let's pause here. Core is pulled in. We're pushing ourselves away from our mat. We have 10 more seconds. You're doing it. Great job. And take the bum high. Bend in the knees on the balls of your feet. You can hop or you can walk it to your hands. And we forward fold. Let's inhale a nice half lift. And exhale, we fold. Bend in those knees and let's bring ourselves all the way up to standing. Inhaling, arms up and over your head. Find that arch in the upper back. And then exhale, we hinge at our hips, nice flat back, and we forward fold over. Inhale, we lengthen long spines here. And exhale, we fold. Hands are on our mat. Let's step just the right foot back. Right hand is gonna stay and left arm, it lifts up for our twist. And right from here, let's go into our side plank. So roll over onto the side of that back foot. That left foot can go halfway or all the way, stacking both hips or stacking both of our hips and stacking both of our feet, one on top of each other. Holding this space, breathing, lift the hips up, push yourself away from the mat. And now let's take that left hand down to your mat. Let's find our plank position, breathing here. We're gonna bring that right knee to our right elbow and hold it, floating that right foot. And then step it back into our plank. Left knee, left elbow, hold it here. And step it back to our plank. Take the bum high. Pivot that left heel down. Let's step the right foot forward. Lifting up, we have that Kali Mudra over our head, warrior one. Bringing that mudra to our chest. Let's now lean into that front leg. Wiggle, wiggle your back leg into a lunge position. So the heel goes lifted. We're gonna go into a twist here. So let's inhale, we create the space for our bodies. We open ourselves out, we create that arch in the back. And then exhale, bring that left elbow to your knee or just to the outside. And let's find our twist. Keep energy in that back leg so the heel is lifted, leg is straight. We're just wringing out the things that are not working for us. So we physically wring our body in terms of a detox, of cleansing it, right? Of the things that are in our intestines. That's what we are literally doing right now. But spiritually and intellectually and emotionally, we're letting go of those negative mindsets and the negative ways of being, negative thoughts, so that we can create space for transformation and growth within ourselves. Because we are a part of the solution by simply changing our own habits and going out into the world and being of service within our communities. Bringing your fingertips down to your mat. Let's now drop that back knee, release those toes. Let's now sweep those arms up and over your head. Find a little arch in that upper back as we lean into that front leg. Breathing here. Let's now take those fingertips down to your mat. Let's shift our weight back. We're lifting the front toes up and we're lengthening over our front leg. Feel that right hip pulling back. Let's shift our weight forward, tucking your back toes under, lift that knee up. Let's now sweep the arms up into our high lunge. And we're going to step that foot forward right into our Tadasana at the top of our mat. Let's inhale, we lift the arms up and over our head, find that arch in the upper back. And then exhale, we hinge at our hips, flat back, and we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen, long spines. And exhale, we fold. Hands are on your mat. We're stepping that left foot back. Left hand is gonna stay. Right arm, it lifts up for our twist. Energy through that back leg. We're taking it to a side plank. So roll over onto the side of that back foot. You can heel toe walk that right foot just halfway, or take it all the way. Keep the hips lifted. Remembering that this is your practice and you can do what feels good and serves your body. Let's take that right hand down to our mat. Pause here in our plank position. We're breathing into the discomfort. We're allowing ourselves to find the calm mentally, to tune into the breath. Let's bring the right knee to our right elbow, float that right foot, and then step it back to our plank. Left knee, left elbow, hold it here, and step it back to our plank. And now take the bum high, downward dog. Pivoting our right heel down, let's step that left foot forward. We've got our warrior one, Kali Mudra over our head, shoulders dropping down, bending through that front leg, breathing into the space of our bodies. Now bringing that Kali Mudra to our heart, we're gonna lean in more to that front foot so that we can wiggle that back leg back, lift your heel. Let's inhale now, lift your chest up, create the space in the front body. Find that twist, elbow to the knee or elbow to the outside. Create your Kali Mudra right in the center of your chest. Keep energy from one elbow to the other. Straightening in that back leg, the heel is lifted. Breathing. Detoxing the body, negative mindset, negative energy. Let's bring those fingertips down to our mat. Pause here. And then sweep the arms over your head, high lunge. And we're gonna step it forward into our Tadasana. Let's just take a moment, close the eyes, turn the palms towards the top of your mat. Just be here in your body. Noticing any physical sensations that have shown up for you, whether that is a release or letting go, and maybe it's the igniting of power within you. Let's inhale, take the arms up and over your head. And then exhale, let's hinge at our hips, nice flat back, and we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen for that long spine. And exhale, we fold. Bend in those knees, and let's bring ourselves back up to standing Tadasana. Inhale, we lift the arms up, deep breath in. And exhale, we hinge at our hips, nice flat back, and we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen long spines. And exhale, we fold. Bend in those knees and bring yourself back up to standing Tadasana. So for our final time, I encourage you to do this with your eyes closed. I'm still going to cue you, but feel it in your body. Let's inhale, our arms lift over our head. And exhale, let's hinge on our hips, nice flat back. Take your time with it. And then we fold ourselves over. Inhale, we lengthen for that spine. Belly pulls in. And exhale, we fold. Bend in those knees. And let's bring ourselves back on up to standing. Tadasana. Let's make our way now down onto our backs. So let's bring that right knee right into your chest and let that left leg go long on your mat. Let's now take those hands behind your thigh or behind your calf, or maybe on either side of your foot, and stretch that leg up towards the sky, just gently pulling it towards you. Let's take a deep breath in here. And on your exhale, let's lift the shoulder blades. Pull that leg in further towards you. Maybe you're kissing your kneecap. And let's hug that knee in towards our chest. Give it a nice squeeze. And then take that right arm out to the side like a little cactus. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, drop that knee over across your body towards your left. Keep both shoulders on your mat and turn your face now towards that right shoulder. Hugging that knee back into your chest and letting your leg go long on your mat. Bringing that left knee to your chest, we hug it in. Take the hands behind your thigh, behind your calf, on either side of your foot. Straighten that leg up towards the sky. Gently pulling that leg towards you. Let's take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, lift your shoulder blades up. Pull that leg even closer towards you. Maybe kissing your kneecap, lifting the shoulder blades off of your mat. Breathing here. And release. Hug that knee in. Take that left arm out to the side like a little cactus. Deep breath in. And exhale, crossing that body, turning your head then towards your left shoulder, keeping both shoulders on your mat. Hugging that knee back into your chest, giving it a nice big squeeze. And then letting the legs go long on your mat and letting the arms be wide out to the side. Turning your palms towards the top of your mat and allowing yourself to just surrender here. So I want to read a little something from Eckhart Tolle. Just used it in my meditation practice today and just wanted to share it with you. So closing the eyes, allowing the jaw to relax. Be quietly alert, very present right now. Step back with your awareness and feel yourself in your body. Now feel the space in your joints, in your knees, in your hips, in your low back, your shoulder joints, elbows, and hands. Open yourself up to everything that you sense and feel within and around you. Feel yourself as energy and consciousness. Feel the energy that is your true nature. Listen now to the silence that is around you. That means just notice it. Pay attention to it. Listening to the silence awakens the dimensions of stillness within yourself. Because it is only through stillness that you can be aware of silence. See that in the moment of noticing the silence around you, you are not thinking. You are aware that you are not thinking. Feel the energy of your inner body. Immediately, mental noise slows down or ceases. Feel it in your hands, your feet, your abdomen, and your chest. Feel the life that you are, the life that animates this body. Allow the body to become a doorway, so to speak, into a deeper sense of aliveness underneath the fluctuating emotions and underneath your thinking. Be quietly alert, very present to the right now. Begin by wiggling your fingers and your toes, and gently just turning the head from side to side. And then rolling over onto your right side, using the hands to lift yourself up into a seated position. And resting those hands on your knees, turning the palms up, allowing yourself to come full circle in our practice, with the eyes closed and just holding space together, being open and receptive to each other's energy and to the world around us. Bringing our hands together at prayer. May we take this practice off of our mats and out into the world. May we step into our truth and have the courage to live life authentically, to spread kindness like it's contagious. Go about your week and think good thoughts, speak good thoughts, and do good thoughts. Namaste. Thank you for practicing yoga today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a happy Sunday. I'll see you soon. Bye.